Now to our focus segments. Joining us in the studio to talk on possible solutions to the security challenges across states is a former Assistant Inspector General of Police, Mr. Bala Hassan. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much, President.
Now, banditry, kidnapping, and other related crimes are on the increase in the country and across different states. What is the present architect form of security in the country?
Well, these have been with us for some time. But the important, crime is common in every society. You cannot get society without crime. But the ability for the government to do something proactive that will reassure the people is what is very germane. As you can see, the Inspector General of Police, Ado Mohammed, is currently in Zamfara to talk to the people, to assure the people, to give them that sense of belonging. This will enable him to strategize to see that things have turned to normal. So these are some of the things that are happening, because by the time you come back to the base, you'll be able to address these security challenges. It's different from staying back in Abuja and trying to send his commanders. But now, the assessment that's happening now, by the time he comes back, he will do the needful so that law and order will be restored, not only in Zamfara, but throughout the country.
Now, I'm a regular on social media where a lot of people go to, express their thoughts and concerns about the country. And one question I've found that is trending, so to speak, is why? What is the reason for this sudden rise in the spirit of crime across different states? Is there any psychology to this?
Well, criminologically, we are going through a process of antithesis. This is what is antithesis happening. Then, after some time, by the time the IG settles down, there will be a process of synthesis. Then we have a stage of thesis whereby we get normalcy. Before in Maiduguri, you'll be hearing of killing of soldiers, abduction, but you can see that the thing has dried down. So if they maintain the tempo, the current trend of going to see things for themselves, coming back, and of course, importantly, to put the right commanders at the right place. This wasn't done before. The IG knows his people, knows who can deliver. Put them in the right place, they will be able to get results. You must be a stakeholder in the security of your own country. You don't put an indolent person in places like Lagos, Port Harcourt, Kano, Maiduguri, and of course, Northwest. You must get somebody who is vigilant, who is always at alert, who will report to you the situation, not from his office, but from the field. As Adamu, the IG Adamu is there, you'll be able to assess the situation, report to whoever reports to either the presidency, then they'll be assured. And the people in Zamfara, I'm sure they are happier than what they were 3-4 days ago. The whole person who's in charge of national security is there with them, talk to them, and I can assure you will see some massive deployment that will take care of the security problem, not only in Zamfara, but even in Lagos, whereby they say they kidnap some, there are some kidnap around Ekpe Expressway about some few days ago.
Now, you are a retired AIG in this country, and you have plenty experience. Now, with the present manpower that we have, do you think we have enough officers to deal with the present challenges?
Well, 371 police officers in Nigeria may not be able to police 182 million people. But you can see the government is going through a recruitment of more policemen. By the time we get more policemen into the fold, we'll meet the United Nations ratio of 1 police to 400 people. But beyond that, the IG should be cautious. If these police people are recruited, they should be deployed where they need them. Now, if you go to Zamfara, probably the number of policemen in Zamfara may not be up to 10,000. But you go to some states, you see that they are overpopulated, the police. So he must put his foot down to make sure that deployment according to needs. In states where there is no crime, there is no need to carry plenty of policemen there. Where there are criminal activities like Maiduguri, Lagos, Zamfara, Port Harcourt, these key areas should get the right police officers to be manning the beat. And of course, we have to talk about the big wigs, the businessmen, the rich men, who a rich man can carry 10 police officers guarding him. That should not be. The police officer is supposed to be there to protect the poor. Because a rich man can enter a plane to Kano anywhere, but most people who are poor will fly that Kaduna, Abuja road, and in the process you kidnap a poor man and tell him to go and bring 50 million. Why will he get 50 million? So these are some of the things. We should get more policemen, and the deployment should be such that we deploy them where we need them.
Now, very quickly, what should the most concerned communities do? What part do they need to play in all of this?
Well,
very quickly.
They should give information to the police. They should take the police as their part of their own, part of community policing, and police too in their own part. They should reciprocate by protecting the information given to them, so that any person who gives genuine information should not fall back victim of crime again. That would discourage members of the public from giving information to the police. That's my advice to policemen.
Thank you very much for joining us in the
I
studio.
appreciate you for having
Former
me.
Assistant Inspector General of Police, Mr. Bala Hassan.